Hey guys, what's up? It's Nick here. I have something a bit different for you today. I managed to stack up 6 final tables in the KO format that we play on PokerStars on Tuesdays with Croaks. I did this off stream. I was just playing behind the scenes, and I decided that I was going to record all 6 just in case something cool happens, like a big bounty. But obviously, these finals are usually worth about $100, $120 pop too. So I played them all in a row, recorded it here, and posting it to YouTube now. And these are the results. All right, guys, so I guess this is it. Game number 1 of 6. I'm going to try my best to record all this. This is kind of an unofficial recording just because I wanted to have it on there for posterity. So if I look a little bit rough, that's probably why. I'm trying to do this just before I do a stream with Croaks, actually, because I've got 6 finals all stacked up, ready to go. So trying to get these out before we actually start a new KO challenge, which obviously interrupts that. But I figured there was a chance that we actually might get some big scores here, so I would record it just in case anything cool happened. Let's see how we get on. All right, we got a game. All right, 6 perfect games. Let's go. Let's do it. Not quite with the tray deuce. 6-5 again, not really the one. Potentially some pretty big bounties here. Obviously very unlikely, but you know, we've played a lot of these, so we're definitely getting closer to expectation every game that we play. I say definitely, you know, theoretically, maybe not definitely. Oh dear. Wow, is he gonna bet 6 fold, half pot fold? Kind of a gross spot, huh? Wow, big chunk of his stack there. Probably should defend versus the open here. 8-6, plenty playable for the min raise. Slightly over min raise though, to be fair. We're still calling the flop, of course, especially for the sort of 1/3 size. Can still improve if we're not winning already. We will be winning plenty. Quick check on the turn. I don't think we need to turn our hand into a bluff here. We have enough showdown. You know, he can still bet flop with a 10 or a jack, and then, you know, obviously just like call the river too. So I think probably turning our hand into a bluff here doesn't make a lot of sense. If he has king high, he'll check here a bunch. Nice. That's totally fine, actually. Doesn't put us in too many tricky spots here. We're going to make this 2.5. We can actually make it a little bit bigger to go. I think 3 is a better size here regardless, but if we make it bigger here, we're going to get more action for the bounty, obviously. And then on these textures, for sure, we want to have a larger size. So something like half pot as a continuation on the sort of wet texture here is really nice. A lot of times he'll just jam with any one pair on this flop, plus the flush draws, plus the straight draws. Still a chunky size. 3 big blinds to pick up there. This is pretty cool. We can't win any bounties, but obviously kings on the button feels great in this very fast format. Again, I don't mind having a larger size in this texture. We're going to go for exactly 2.25. I'm going to go for exactly half pot. Getting check raised here, usually a pretty good spot for us, especially when they go this big. Can be 2 pairs and stuff like that, but obviously we're going broke with the kings. We're still going to get called by a lot of straight draws, a lot of 8x combos, that kind of thing. We are definitely ahead of that. Just need to fade the 8. Very, very nice hand there. King 8 going absolutely busterino. Don't really blame him for that. That's probably okay. I don't think that's a mistake. Now, this is a really interesting one, guys. We're going to limp here. Depending on what this guy does. If this guy shoves, we're gonna shove to protect, but we're obviously calling to try and trap this bounty, so it's a very, very cool limp shove there to try and isolate with the best hand. Great flop for us. Bounty coming this way. Wow, purple at this stage is pretty good usually. Oh, baby, yeah, 2250. That's a really, really nice one at this stage. And our bounty is now increased to maximum 44K. Blind v blind, Jack deuce off. We're going to let that one go. We got this guy in the big blind here pretty short now at this stage. This is an interesting one. I'm just trying to think if there's any merit to just min raise and then stack off. I feel like this is probably fine. Obviously, what we're trying to do is get the big blind to put the money in there. Do we see bet with a 4-7 here is the question. Getting check raised would be pretty awful for us, but we do kind of want to protect our hand. It's pretty close, I think. I think we'll take a check and we'll play out from there. King of clubs will quite frequently actually hit his range, but if he's not going to lead, I think we probably have a bet here to try and get value from the clubs, maybe some straight draws. I think a bigger size if we're going to miss flop is cool though. I think we're going to go chunky and we're going to try and get all the folds from the clubs, or all the calls from the clubs and the straight draws, but really punish him for the max. This is a great setup if we get the shove too. Yeah, wish me luck, guys. This is where the bounties are worth a lot. Got rivered, unfortunately, but obviously a really nice situation. Didn't cost us too many chips either. Now, we have the chip lead. I think Queen 6 can go either way here. I think I prefer the limp here. Maybe with Queen 8, we're going to raise a little bit more often, that kind of thing. Queen 8, Queen 9. Don't think there's too much value in betting here. We will have the best hand an overwhelming amount of the time. He shouldn't really have too many ace combos once we've limped. I mean, at this stack depth, people will check behind with their aces a little bit more often. The shallower we get, the more often they just shove. But this is a pretty easy call, I think, on the flop. Definitely calling the turn. This is a little bit weird, though, honestly. Check, check, we win, yeah. I was going to say, it's just a weird spot for him to have a bluff. What does he actually turn up here with? 10-6 off, just no hand whatsoever. Very, very strange. We are going to min-raise the Queen 10 suited. I think in a bounty, we probably have to call a shove from the big blind here. It's getting a little bit on the deep side. You know, I don't know. It's definitely not like a slam dunk call, but when there's bounties on the line, it's not going to cost us our whole stack. Sometimes we do actually want to gamble here. If we run into small pocket pairs ever, like this is pretty dreamy for us. There's the additional dead money here, dead. Additional 2 big blinds, excuse me, dead. So I think we probably go with this hand and try and win the bounty. I know a lot of people here are like, well, you're playing for a final, but that's kind of a fallacy. This is definitely a situation where we want to go for the straights. It's definitely a situation where bounties are always important, regardless of what stage you're at. The added incentive of the 2 big blinds is pretty fantastic as well. This guy's got a problem, unfortunately. All right, blind v blind, this is actually pretty close as well. I think we can probably get away with a lot here because he can't win the bounty. We can be really clever with our steals. I'm going to make this 2.2, and we're going to see how we get on from there. Jack 6 is obviously extremely wide, but he's kind of handcuffed there. I think he has to be pretty honest. I don't think he can shove particularly loose when he can't win the bounty. I'm not sure if he's aware of that, but that's okay. We'll play it out regardless. That ace king was the hand that we really wanted to win against this guy for the bounty, so pretty unlucky in that spot, obviously. Queen 10 spades, more than enough equity to gamble against that random ace that Colville shoved there as well. So I think the call is still good, even though we didn't have the, even though we don't have the best hand. Once you include the bounty equity, I think we're actually doing really well in that situation, obviously. If he's got ace 8, he'll have like pocket 3s, pocket 4s, and stuff like that too, where we have mountains of equity as well. So I think we've made the right play there. Sorry guys, there's a truck outside. Not sure if you can hear that on the mic. Yeah, again, don't know. This is getting pretty close as well. If he knows how wide he can shove here, blind v blind for the bounty, I think it's probably going to be closer to a call, but I'm gonna err on the side of caution here without more information. Nope. Got to find some hands now, late game, guys. I feel like so far this has been a pretty perfect game for us, though. I think we made good decisions thus far. Just need to win some of our all-ins as usual. 5-3 in the big blind. Please, can we get a walk here? This would be so nice. So nice to find a walk here. I think this gentleman's played plenty to know that he can just shove extremely wide, though. Anything on the button? No? Okay, cool. Blinds are up. Gonna start to have to gamble now. Yeah, I think it's probably justified in this case, eh? $9-7 is usually a push here. I think when the bounties are in play, though, we're going to take out a lot of these sort of smaller ships because their value goes down when people should gamble with basically any 2 cards there to try and hit our bounty. He could accidentally call with a better hand in that scenario. Ace-deuce for sure going in the middle, though. This should be a gamble for the bounty pretty much every single time. I think it's almost any 2 cards, which is kind of one of the benefits of having a wait there. You know, you wait for the previous hand to pass, knowing that you're going to get action when you actually have a high card, and you're going to have the best hand a lot when people call for bounties. Blind v blind, this is really interesting. Again, Queen 5 suited is getting pretty close to a call here, blind v blind 2. This one's really, really close because, you know, he should be shoving hands like 8-7 suited here, 7-9 suited here. Jack-10 definitely is going in. I think we're probably going to make a call here, guys. Wish me luck. Yeah, it's going to be a chop most of the time. Spades. Okay, close one. But you can see how wide that jam is, guys. And obviously, it's going to be a lot of legitimate stuff, you know, 8-7 suited, that kind of thing. This one can definitely be a push as well. We have the high card. Queen 6 is already going to be a push, according to Nash. So I think when we can still get called by like 8-7, Jack-10, 8-9 suited, that kind of thing, this is going to be fine, blind v blind. And we do actually have Covell covered now, which is super important. King 10, easy push from the button here, getting snapped by the small. Okay, so any 10s about? All right, GG. Ace 7, the worst hand, taking 2 bounties there. $18.30 in bounties awarded. All right, cool. Let's get to our next one. Good start, though. I mean, you know, obviously we took down a pretty decent bounty there. I mean, good start in the sense that, you know, I think we played perfectly in that scenario. Made some good calls. And just need to win some all-ins. The ace-king would have been another bounty for us, and that would have been a pretty significant chip lead against the guy that was crying about everything. I'm not really sure why. Seems all pretty legit to me. There was quite a wait there for that game. It's a little bit earlier in the morning, so I guess we have to wait to see how these are going to fill. Okay, straight into another one. Don't recognize any of these guys yet. There's a chance we might have played with some of them before, but don't recognize any of them sticking out in my mind immediately. We can stack the guy who limped here. Again, having a limp in this situation, pretty unconventional. I have been looking at some of these ranges a bit more recently, though. Like I think there definitely is a lot more scope for limping in this format with bounties in play. The PKO sort of does invite a little bit more limping. Haven't done enough work on it to try and implement it myself, and obviously what we're doing so far has been very, very strong. So might have to do some investigation. I was thinking about using Simple Poker to try and put together some PKO ranges. I think they've added that functionality quite recently. We can just shove this for sure. Yeah, this is pretty straightforward, especially with the guy limping here. Could be a trap or whatever, but obviously the ship there is going to win us a lot of chips at non-showdown. Ace 8 is actually pretty close here. As the chip leader, it's probably getting in there. It's probably a combo we don't mind. I don't know. It's close. I think it's probably okay, but I really hate to like raise full ace 8 there when we can probably find a better spot for bounties and just like know that we have everyone covered in the next hands. As soon as we get tangled up in a hand like that, we give away our opportunity to win bounties pretty significantly if it doesn't go our way. Don't want to be too results oriented, obviously. It's all good, but keep an eye on those ones. I'll have a look at that one later maybe. Nope, no action here. Just a note on the pocket fours though as well, like those small pocket pairs don't do nearly as well in that spot unless you can win bounties. There are many situations blind v blind where we're supposed to actually fold a lot of our small pairs if we think we're actually, when we think we have no fold equity. Yeah, I don't know. It's, you know, you could probably justify a call here. There's a chance ICMizer would probably be like, yeah, go for it. But this guy's probably not shoving as wide as we'd like him to. But it's weird. I don't know. It's an interesting situation. I think probably might be a little bit on the tight side to fold queen 10 of spades, but flopping sets is also fun. Yeah, we're just gonna play this as normal. 1/4 size on the flop. I think we get loads of folds in this on this board, but if he ever does have an ace, we're gonna get the whole stack a lot of the time. So we need to just do this. Hello, that's a nice little situation. Yeah, we just call because we want him to keep bluffing in a lot of these set spots. If he does actually have the ace, we're gonna get the stack anyway, so it's all good. Not really afraid of much here. 9-10 might be something we're concerned about, but I think we just call and keep all the bluffs in, all the 2 pairs and all that stuff. We're still crushing. He went really small in this river, so I think we want to probably go small back. This doesn't feel like he's confident about his hand, so I think the shove probably invites too many folds. Something like 8.6 I think is cool to always get called. Nice. We do actually get a lot of value on that river. I'm assuming he just has a random ace then, and like a small ace or something. He's got ace 7, yeah. So it's a really nice size there. Obviously, we still have ace jack, ace 8, king jack, that kind of stuff. So honestly, I think the shove probably gets a lot of folds from that individual, even though it's probably not like what the suggested line would be if you were playing GTO. For the most part, GTO just wants you to maximize and just go for all of it and hope for the best. But I think he was giving us enough signals, enough tells that he wasn't strong, and I think we hit the nail on the head there. 18 bucks, nice. That was some really weird poker there. What was that hand? They just rip it in pre? The guy shoved the button, and that guy just gambled with queen 3 of diamonds. Like, okay, pretty wild stuff. Punt for booty. All right. Yeah, queen 3 of diamonds. Nice work, bud. Cool. Let's try and see if we can't get this guy heads up. Not much of anything going on here. Yeah, no, thank you. No thanks. Yeah, this guy's got a lot of quirky moves here. I'm not really sure what to make of this. Stupid note. Bottom pair probably means we're going to stick around for at least one big blind here, depending on what this guy does. Yeah, I think it's an easy call. Again, probably sticking around. We have a good price just to hit a deuce or a king when he bets one, so it's all good. On the river, it'd be cool if he just had like ace high for some random reason. It's hard to see what we're beating at this point, though, if he bets again. Managed to turn a pair of nines. We were winning on the flop. All good, though. Pretty standard stuff. We're going to make this 3.5 to go. Yeah, larger size because we are on the deeper side. This guy's obviously got some it's fairly loose. I think a very, very small size in this flop is great. We're going to get lots of folds here. He did previously raise an ace in this situation, so we're going to give him more credit here, and we're going to make the fold. Potentially with the backdoor diamonds and the backdoor straight draw, we're supposed to call the raise and reassess, though. Just because if he does have a bluff in this situation, he'll just raise flop, and then he'll give up in a lot of situations after the fact. Once we hit the 5, we have showdown, so I'm just going to check and hope to get to showdown again. That was a very quick check, though, so there's a chance that we were just winning on the flop anyway with the queen high or, you know, whatever. We have enough equity to call for the small size anyway. I guess we're just calling. I don't think we want to turn our hand into a bluff here. It feels like he might be value betting like an 8 now or something weird. Maybe he does have a weak ace. I don't know. Nice, we win. Like I said on the flop, you know, he's going to have some raises there as bluffs, make the right play. If we don't hit the 5, that's a good question. I'm not sure how we approach that one. This is a weird dynamic. If we raise king deuce and this guy shoves the big blind and then we reship, I get the feeling this guy's going to come along with almost any 2, which is, I'm not sure is what we're looking for in that spot. Min raise, C bets, ace XX was ace X, and also min raise, C bets, ace 10-10 was air and weird. 1 BB bluff. I know that doesn't make like a lot of sense, but it makes sense to me at least, guys. So that's all good. This guy's very, very goofy play. Very, very unusual plays from this individual. No continue here. But I'm glad we don't shy away from that, right? Like when you get min raise on those textures, they're not really telling a very believable story. And you guys have to remember that when you get raised that small in those situations, like you do need to think about your backdoor equity a lot, because you know you're gonna in the times when they actually have a hand, you're gonna have a decent price to try and find a decent turn to try and continue, as well as catch some of those random bluffs. Like I said, like his 1 big blind bet on the river is so confusing. Like if he really has, you know, a decent piece there, I think he's probably going to shove, 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 shove. We want the shove there. Now we can protect. Wish me luck, guys. The guy, he might gamble. Like I said, this guy feels like the one that just wants to get it in with whatever, but here's a spot for a decent bounty. Not bad. Okay, it's chunky one, 10.94, and we're heads up against the blue player here. This is for the win. No. Pretty big flop. King of spades, obviously pretty significant here. Don't think we're check raising. We're going to have the best hand a lot. I don't think we need to bluff. My guy can definitely turn up with the ace of spades here, but it's kind of not as often likely. Like a lot of his aces will play as aggressively from the button. Based on his play so far, I would be surprised if he limped an ace here. It's kind of unusual for this guy. Let's see how we get on as we go through the streets. This is the kind of guy that might value bet with like the jack of spades here on the river as well. So we'll see how we get on. Nice, just calling the river. This is the guy who might just be value betting with the jack of spades as well. I feel like we're definitely getting this one right. Not too shabby. Well played, Nicholas. Yeah, I think we might have a float here as well, guys. Having the 5 of diamonds means we can turn a lot of turns in rivers into bluffs. This guy's so sticky, though. Now, I'm actually going to make an adjustment for this guy again. Like, just getting the right vibes from this individual that he's probably not the guy you want to be getting too interesting with on turns and rivers. Doesn't feel like he's afraid of much. So, you know, trying to get him off second pair because we're repping like a diamond when we're that shallow, I don't think is the best line for us to take against this individual. Again, this isn't great. If we have a diamond, I feel a lot better about floating with the gut shot. We're probably always supposed to call with any gut shot here, but we're really shallow, and again, I don't want to give him too much ammunition. If we have the diamond and we can do something clever later on, I think it's okay. But in this particular setup, I think we're going to play it slow. Again, seems to love a donk bet. That's fine. We're going to let him get away with it to a certain degree, and then we're going to find slightly better combos to come along with. We're not just folding to the 1 big blind bet there. If we have any piece, we're calling. If we have like 2 overcards to second pair, we're going to continue. All that good stuff. This is definitely a spot where against this guy we might have a bluff as well. If this is the kind of line that he considers to be like believable, then we can probably make the same play against him on these drier textures. And we're, like, you know, if he thinks that like min raising ace 10-10 is a believable line, he'll probably actually have that consideration himself. Like he probably thinks that that's, if he makes that play thinking that it gets folds, he probably is the kind of person that believes that kind of line too, even though we rep absolutely nothing in that scenario. King 6 of spades. Yeah, I guess we're just going to ship over the limp. I mean, we can just play this. We don't have to shove here. This is fine, actually, just to check behind. I think probably it's GTO to check behind. We will probably be check shoving this flop, though. We're going to have the best hand here a lot. We can get some 3s and 4s to fold. If they do call, we have 2 overcards in the spades. He shouldn't really have an ace. There's just a lot going right for us here. Very, very good spot. Oh my gosh, we're miles in front. Let's go. All right, guys, so that's 1 in the bag. It's not a big bounty, but that's cool. Let's talk about how much we just won, because that's 1 completed. Very nice. What a great heads up for us as well. We absolutely spanked that guy. Calling with the gut shot jack high, no good. So in that particular session, guys, we managed to win $95.67. That was $31.17 of bounties, and then our own bounty was $64.50. Let's get into the next one. Let's keep it going. So we've played 2 so far, and we've won. I can't click there. Here you go. We played 2 so far, and then we've let's speak Marta. We've played 2, won 1 so far. Excuse me. Excuse me. Seems like the action's hotting up now as well. That first game we played was quite a wait. Ace deuce, we're just going to put in the bin here. Man, we spanked that guy, right? Like, just absolutely sent it on him. Yeah, McMarta's one of our friend of the stream, longtime friend of the stream. You know, ever since the Grand Tour days, back when kickoffs were Grand Tours, and just seems to be a very really solid player. See them a lot playing these finals. Not the player you want on your table. We want more of the previous games, really. Potentially could just shove king queen here. I actually don't hate this line. I think we'll just go for it, guys. Honestly, like when we can win the bounty, obviously we can get away with a lot more. And I think generally speaking, this is probably going to be an advisable line. It's king queen has very similar properties to kind of like ace 10. Obviously just going to get lots of folds there, tons of dead money we can pick up. We now cover, you know, 2 of the 3 players that we're facing. Yeah, obviously, McMarta follows the stream pretty closely. He knows that we're getting warmed up for our Tuesday with Tuesday grind kickoff challenge with Croaks. I can't send this while everyone's all in. Trying to use the chat bar. Trying to use the chat bar when you're playing KO is difficult because there's just so many all-ins. Seven on the Riv. It's got to be a decent one. $13, not bad. Cool, gonna tune in and watch myself getting butchered again. We love having you. A KO OG. I know you're tired. I think we're kind of on track right now, guys. Like I said, we're trying to get these done before we jump on another stream with Croaks. I think we have plenty of time, but we had some bets on how long he thought it would take. I think I play a lot slower than Croaks, though, generally speaking. I guess I talk a lot more just as a commentator. I'm just used to talking through all the stuff a lot more than... Yeah, this is probably still a defend, yeah. At this point, we kind of just need to battle like we're playing spin, I think. Are we supposed to raise this flop is a question. I think we're still calling. Obviously, our hand is quite... There's a lot of bad turns for us. The Queen of Clubs is obviously a really good card for McMarta to just barrel again. Against a reg, we probably are supposed to call when the queen comes on the turn. Ooh, that small size again. Please just check. I would just love if he had like 3-4 of hearts here. That'd be fantastic. Nice. But against an unknown, we can obviously give them a lot more credit in those scenarios. King 9, pretty close here again. I think we can play it slow or fast. I think it's 50-50, probably a limp or a raise here. Hitting top pair. I don't mind having a check back here once in a while, especially when we have the 9 of hearts. That's a pretty significant blocker. On the turn, we have to start speeding up, though, because obviously now any random 7 is a straight draw. And we still get value from 6, 5, 8. Now, this is unusual. I think I'm folding. This the turn raise here, to me, it says 2 pair. It says I turned a straight, like a random, like 4-7 straight, that kind of thing. I just, this could be a bluff, absolutely. I just don't feel like I see this often enough as a bluff. It feels like it's actually too much strength generally. I'm just going to go with my gut there. It's pretty unusual that I get like red flags like that. I'm usually the one convincing myself that I'm calling no matter what. So you have to trust your instincts in those situations. We don't have them covered, do we? Blind v blind. Please just fold or just limp. A limp is fine, then we can rip on him. That's cool. All right, that's nice. That's okay. I'm okay with that. We don't have him covered, unfortunately, but when he limps, definitely the trays are good enough. If he ships there, there's a chance that the 3s are supposed to just be a fold. Obviously, again, adjustment for bounties, adjustment for the bounty formats. We're going to take a limp here, see if we can get away with it. Having an 8 is always nice. Definitely betting the turn again. Want to protect from the spades, the straight draws. Again, that's a spot where if he was in position, very similar to the previous hand, if he was in position, this is close as well. Probably King 4, King 5 suited might be in there. If he was, when he's in position and he doesn't bet when we have a check on the flop, a lot of times they just won't have the draws, like the easy draws, the up and downs, the flush draws, that kind of thing. When he misses the bet in position there, he's going to have the spades very infrequently. So again, don't have Marta covered here, but it's all good. We're definitely calling this shove, though. Mandatory call with ace-6. He can shove almost any 2 cards here, blind v blind. It's a bad flop. Let's go. We do actually win the bounty. All right, so heads up against Razvanel. Not the worst flop in the world. I think with the 10 we can still bet here, though. If we have like the jack high flush draw, I think we check a little bit more frequently. Do we ever take a check on this turn? No, I'm going to fire. I think he can still be sticky with a 3, a 6, a deuce, especially if we think that this guy's a probable reg. All right. How often does our friend actually bet with an 8 on the flop is the question. It's going to be really hard to fold here, guys. It feels like, he could be strong, but I think we're calling turn for sure. And then on the river, we're going to reassess. Nice. Good stuff. Ace deuce, easy push. Definitely a shove here. Okay, limp at 7 big blinds effective, a little bit scary. We'll have plenty of traps in these scenarios. I think we have a lead on this turn, potentially, maybe not. If we just bet 1, I think that's fine. We kind of want to keep him in check if he has an 8 or a 6 and try and realize our draw. If not, I think on this river we're going to get called by ace highs, we're going to get called by king highs, we're going to get called by a jack, we're going to get called by an 8, we're going to get called by a 6, so I think there's no more bluff. Betting 1 big blind is cool, though, because I think if he does have the 1 pair type situations, he can't put in a chunkier size on the turn. We're trapping here, obviously, guys. Yeah, beautiful spot. King deuce is fine to shove here, though. Ace. That's unfortunate. That was our final right there. Really nice little trap against the reg. We're going broke with ace-8 for sure. Come on, ace. Come on, the ace. Come on, the ace. That's unfortunate. Trap gone wrong times 2. He managed to win both of them. But the ace-8 is going to go broke no matter what. If he raises, we're shipping. If he limps, we're going to ship. Totally standard heads-up stuff. Let's get into our next game. Very, very, very standard heads-up scenario. Just a bit of a cold deck, to be honest. That ace-9 suited is the one we wanted. That's unfortunate. But so far, guys, I think 3 really, really good games. Obviously, that one was going to be fine for us. Three very, very strong games. Honestly, any one of those would have been fine for us. Ace-9 suited, king versus king deuce off, obviously a spot where should be taking it home most of the time, although it's close. Nope. Just actually messaging Crooks right now. This guy's just ripping it in here. We do have the opportunity to win a bounty. I think it's a little bit on the wide side with ace-4 off, though. I mean, if this guy was super, super shallow, then the shove obviously can be a lot wider. It's not a bad flop. I think we have a check here. Actually, when we have the king kicker, we probably have a bet. I take that back. Obviously, we can get called by weaker tens. The question is whether or not we fire the turn, you know, like I don't know. I don't know this guy that well. We're going to get called by weaker tens if we continue. And obviously he can have like 7-8 of spades and stuff like that too. So let's just fire twice and see how it goes. On the river, it'll still go check, check, even if he has an ace, unless it's ace, deuce, ace, 3, that kind of thing. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. I kind of feel like I want to call still, but it's a weird one. I feel like it might just be ace, deuce, ace, 3. Yeah, I mean, we want him to have like king, queen, and we're blocking that as well, which isn't great. We might be getting bluffed there. It might be a hand like 8-7 of spades or something like that. It might be a really desperate line, but I don't know. I don't really think I can quite justify it the way I want to. Big blind all in. Yeah, I think we have a continue. Okay. Nice. Love taking that down on the flop. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments there. It's like it is possible for him to have hands like 8-7 of spades, 8-9 of spades, whatever, and he just misses and then he's trying to like panic. But we've bet flop, bet turn. A lot of people will just have the draws that miss and they'll just give up on the ace high board. Feels like he was weak on the first 2 streets and he was stronger on the river. So I think there's a chance he might have just like made ace deuce and then he's shipping to try and get, catch the ace kings, which is what he should do as well to try and win the bounty, which are pretty, potentially quite large here at this point. I'll leave that one out for now. There might still be a limp there. I actually don't know that spot particularly well. Ooh, okay. Pretty clear shove. Wish me luck. We can obviously win this guy's bounty as well, which is always nice. Love a little ace 10 of diamonds here. Wow, that's very, very loose. Nice. All right, cool. I'll take it. 27,000? 27,000? No, a really small one. Okay, anyway, decent chips. This is our fourth final, by the way, guys. Yeah, we're playing this one. This is our fourth final. 2 more to go after this. Obviously trying to get a win from all of them. We're going to make this 3 and 0.5 because we're deeper. This could very well just be a ship, guys. Blind v blind. I think we're probably better off doing something like this against this guy, though. We can fold to the shove if we need to, but obviously we want to be in these pots a lot of the time. Really small C bets. And on the turn, I think we just rip it in. Yeah, I mean, why not? He's going to have floats here that are complete air balls if he's good enough. Obviously, the king is a card we can rep, and then we have the diamonds to try and win the bounty as well. He should call with a queen, probably. But it is a tough spot. I think he's just going to have a lot of floats on the queen 5-5. Like, give this guy a lot of credit. He does seem to be a pretty strong reg, generally. And for that reason, like, if I'm in his shoes and I'm floating in that spot, I could literally have any 2 cards that just are not correlated with the board whatsoever. So just maximize folds, get the shove in, seems good. Against others, they'll probably just always have a queen, or maybe even a king high float there too. So I don't know. Probably still take the same line regardless, but just a consideration there. We probably have a lot more fold equity against this guy than we did against than we did previously. Blind v blind. This is definitely a push though. 8-6. Oh my gosh, this is a beautiful little bounty spot. Always, always, always ripping this in. 2 live cards. Oh my god, it's so huge. It's so huge. We got to win some more all-ins this year, guys. That's our problem. We're not winning anywhere near enough of our 60-40s there. You're going to shove literally any 2 cards there, blind v blind, guys. 8-6 is actually getting up there because it's already going to be a Nash push, but, got to win those potentially chunky bounties here. Nope, not this time. Ace-9, we're definitely getting in here, though. Oh my gosh, let's just go. Let's just go. That's unfortunate. Obviously, ace-9 of spades, just a monstrous call. Spades, please. Oh my god, yes, please. A little bit of run good for us here. Feels great. Pocket nines. I think we can still call and try and make it look like we're getting in for cheap. He will shove to ISO very wide because he's aware of how weak this limp can be, so we trap both players in this case. Got to fade a queen or a jack here, basically, for the big chunk. Nice. So we win 1 bounty on our left. The other guy gets the triple, but only to about 7 bigs. And then heads up. All right, let's take our time here, guys. These are very, very important little moments. This is a clear push, so we're not afraid of this one. This is fine. Nice. We have the best of it. King high board holds. Big bounty. Nice. All right, cool. So in this sesh, in this game, I never know what to call it these days. We won $108.08. That was $40 in bounties and $67.58 in our own bounty value. Not too shabby. Next game, please. So we've won 2 of 4. Is that right? We got 2 left. Yeah. So we've won 2 of the 4 that we've played so far. Not bad. I'll give you guys a breakdown of the total dollars won in the finals here. But these are all super, super important. I think those are really, really good, strong games from us so far. I know you're tired of loving. All right, don't recognize. We played this guy on our left, but if I'm not mistaken, we saw him shoving like king 3 earlier. I don't remember the spot exactly, but just tentatively, we're gonna mark the blue for a more unusual line that we saw there. The king 3. We saw the other guy. Yo, GL Ants. Yeah, I think this was the guy that ripped king 3, got called by queen 3, king 4 versus king 3 or something like that. Still a decent amount of big blinds. Take a7 out of here. Jack 8, so this is 26.1. We do have both players covered. I think we probably defend here, try and get lucky. Not the best flop for Jack 8. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, again, this was a pretty big size, right, from Jen. Pretty chunky flop size, and this the snap check jam turn. Again, probably okay to keep this player in blue. Like, I don't see a ton of finesse to this line. King 5 suited as an open's probably fine in that scenario. What do we want to do? We'd really love Jen to ship this in. They do seem to have a propensity to go busto in these situations. If we flat and we get Jen to ship, we'll get some defenders, and then we can get ace king in multi-way potentially. Go on, Jen. Do it. Do it. Do it. They do have the propensity to gamble, don't they? Is this guy going to be all in now? Okay, so now we have to play the single raise pot, which is fine. Okay, checks flop. I think we're definitely having a bet here. Are we though? Yeah, I think we are. Let's do it. Let's go for it, guys. We're gonna bet this on the turn. Looking for an ace, a king, or a jack, but if it comes a spade, we're gonna bluff and try and get him off a 10 or an 8 as well. Okay, not the best run out. I don't think we have any more bluffs. We can still beat ace jack, which might have a check on this flop. Probably not. They like to bet those as well. The question is, do we ever ship river and try and rep the hell out of this queen? All right, wish me luck, guys. We're going to commit. Like ace 10 can still hero call here. I think that'd be pretty cool. King 10 would be a cool call here. It's a tough spot, though, for Hurricane, for sure. If they have like a random 10, a random 8. Nice. It's always a bit weird, guys. When you have ace king, you kind of don't really want to be turning it into a bluff too often, but I feel like that was the run out where we can still get it done, given the larger sizing on the turn that we have as a lead. Sweaty moment, but I liked it. It's cool. This should be a gamble probably for Ants. Should call with a very wide range here. Doesn't really affect their position at the table whatsoever. They do actually have the best hand. 8-7 is actually a hand that you're supposed to not be shipping in these scenarios. It is a shove according to Nash. It is a shove according to like conventional tournament poker. But when your opponent is really incentivized to call loose, then obviously you're going to get called by the best hand on accident too often. I don't know 100%, but I'm pretty sure a lot of those suited connectors are actually meant to be folds when you're playing PKOs because, like I said, people are going to be calling a bunch. Nope. Wow, great spot for ace 10 to win a bounty here. Pretty easy game there, just first to jam. King 10 in this case I think is fine as a push though. The high card, obviously king 10, ace deuce, that kind of stuff. The high card shoves are still going to be part of the shoving strategy though. Limp this one in. Easy call versus min. Managed to spike a 6, which is always nice. Got a diamond draw now as well. Feels like you might have like pocket 9s, pocket 8s. Something like that might still get a call. Nope, just the min raise and then give up basically. Interesting. This guy limping the button, very interesting. Pretty easy call. We did see this guy flatting with aces, didn't we, before though? So let's make a note of that, and we'll just bear in mind this is a large continuation bet. And then I guess we just go kind of small, kind of a blocker bet. If he does have an overpair or something, he can only call basically. Nice, get value as well. That's cool. Flat ace ace button multi-way 25 effective versus cutoff was ace ace x1 KO. Forgot to add that one in earlier. Got called by king 10 here for some reason. King 10 with a king of clubs, just a king high. Don't hate it. Don't completely hate it. I think we could definitely have some floats that were bluffs there. Nice hand, sir. Didn't really see the action there. Oh, called down with the straight no club. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Hurricane obviously putting in pretty decent bluff there on the river. Not going to get called there too often. Jack 8 going for the bounty. 8 on the turn. And we are heads up, guys. So wish me luck, guys. This is pretty significant. If we can win this one, we're doing pretty well in our finals run. See if my guy has been watching the stream. Yeah, we should have a bluff here. Wow, huge flop. I think we can, if there's a lead, I think we probably want to put in a raise. Nah, ace of hearts, we're just going to flat. I think 60 is fine on the turn, because obviously he's still going to call with his straight draws and stuff like that. Might still call with a random 7 once in a while. Yeah. I think we're still going for value. Thing is, do we get called by like 4-5? No. Do we get called by 7? With the ace of hearts, there's a chance we're still supposed to bet. I'm going to just be a little bit more cautious here. King Jack, obviously a hand that would definitely probably call a river bet, but I'm not really expecting him to play that hand that way either, so not really going to put him on a ton of King X, which is why I think that the check is better. Don't want to trap myself, I don't think. Dangerous board. Obviously can't fold top pair, but yeah, I mean, he did have larger sizes before when he had like the King 10, right? So I think maybe he just might have like, you know, bigger bet buttons in front of him, basically, like doesn't have the smaller sizings in there potentially. Snap check, ace on the river. I don't know how to bet against you. And hopefully just get to showdown now. That'd be nice. Nice. Yeah, I got kind of got that impression as well. That's brilliant. We do have a 3 of diamonds here as a flush draw, plus we have the pair, so we're calling turn. On the river, is it even possible to lose? Yeah, we have to call the 1. We have to call the 1, obviously, but he's going to have us beat there quite often. Some people will actually have the 1 big blind bluff there occasionally, but making a flush heads up is very strong. Trapping with ace-9. We're happy to get this all in pre if we want to. Definitely a check here, I think. Gut shot ace-high. Don't think we want to bluff too often. On the turn, there might be an overbet. We really want to maximize our folds from the 8s and the deuces. This is probably going a bit off-piste. I don't imagine this isn't too solver approved, but I know it's going to be really effective against most players. Just really freaks people out. Makes it really hard for them to continue with some of the smaller pairs in this scenario, and I think we can exploit that. Nine, 10, limping. Probably a bet on the jack high board. If he's betting, we're going to call, though. Don't really put him on a lot of top pairs in these scenarios, so obviously having 2 overcards to the 6 or the 4 is always nice. Value bet now? Definitely a value bet. Definitely a value bet. Question is whether or not we go for value on the river. Yep, we're going to try. Wish me luck. Okay, it looks like we made the right value bet. Didn't get paid, but that's cool. Fairly spicy. On the ace-high texture, I think we bet bottom pair. Because obviously he should be somewhat capped. The 7 is a really bad turn. Plenty of straight draws with the 7. We'll actually make a pair now. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I think we're folding. Seems good. It's kind of a weird line from him, but okay. It's all good. Pocket 3s, easy push here. Hopefully no cold decks late game. No cold decks for the win, please. Yeah, okay. I think we can start to mix in some raises here too. If we wanted to. Queen 10 suited is definitely the ISO, so we'll keep Queen 10 as just a check behind. 10 high flush draw feels pretty good. Our opponent should be somewhat capped in this scenario as well. Shouldn't really have the ace of hearts here too often. A lot of that's going in pre-flop. Potentially queen high still the best hand here, right? It's a bit of a long shot. Check, check, river would be nice. Nice hand, buddy. Yeah, we're still limping 8-3. We have to fold to the min ISO, though. For the most part, we defend almost any 2, but when we get shallow, it's obviously a little bit different. Changes the dynamic quite a lot. A7, we're going to limp. We're calling a shove, though. This is definitely a trap. Jack high with the ace-7. I think we can bet flop here. That's fine. Ace on the turn. Definitely a continue. 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, easy 60% turn. Getting really shallow now. Jack 9 mandatory shove here, guys. No cold decks. No cold decks, please. Nice. Lots of folds, no cold decks. That'd be great. Queen 5. Kind of have to call a shove here as well. The fold is so much nicer. Give me a hand. 8-6. We got to shove this as well, guys. Wish me luck. More folds, please. More folds. 2 live cards. 2 live cards, Nick. Just do it. 2 live cards. One time. Gotta win some of those 60-40s, you guys. We've just got to win some of those 60-40s, you know what I mean? That's a nice one. Once again, pretty shallow. Got to shove pretty much any 2 cards here, guys. 10-5 has got to be good enough here. Do you have the best hands? 10, 10, 10. Very unfortunate, making the right shove, but not winning the all-in again. Blinds are up. Very, very shallow now, guys. This is going to be just coming right down to the wire. 6-7 is definitely a shove. Wish me luck. 60-40. Come on, Nick. 60-40 one time. Good game. What a shame, guys. Honestly, pretty exceptional. Pretty exceptional game for us there. Played very, very well, but when it really mattered, just didn't win any of the all-ins that we needed to at the end there. Serious bummer. Otherwise, I think we played very, very well in that game too. All right, so this is our last one, guys. This is game number 6. We've managed to win 2 so far. If we can win 3 of the 6 we play, that's already, you know, a very, very good finals run. Very, very close, guys. I mean, you know, especially in those earlier games, not just, you know, losing some 60-40s, but, you know, really, really important sort of bounty spots, situations where we actually were dominating. There you go. That's how it goes sometimes. Otherwise, pretty perfect for us here. Yeah, we're looking at about 1 hour. Actually, I know exactly. It's been an hour and 5 minutes of play so far. I'll probably have to crop this down a little bit for the YouTube, but it's all good. Oh, mate, when it comes right down to it, that's where those really important. That's where it really matters, you know? All right, this thing seems like a good one. I feel like I've played with all these guys a little bit. Don't know how much exactly. Anyway, final sprint. Let's go. 3 out of 6 would be above, you know, above average. Obviously, you're not gonna. I feel like the way we've played, we probably should have won more, but got to win some of those big all-ins at the end. It's important. There's somebody to love. Still trying to figure out what's the best position for this mic. I think that's usually a pretty good one there. Oh man, a couple really nice bluffs today as well though. It's all groovy. Nope. All right, aces. Would love to get some action here. I think we go smaller just to try and get more button action here for the bounty. This guy wants to limp fold button. Like, all right, bro. Cool. Seems good when you're shallow too. I can't be mad at him about it, but I struggle to think of any possible hand that you'd want to limp fold the button with at this point. I mean, limping the button in the first place already like a little bit weird. Ooh, that would have been a nice flop. No action with the 8 deuce off. All right, let's try and win a bounty. Pair of sixes, not the best spot in the world. Potential though. If it checks all the way around, turning trips or something would be nice. King is not one of those cards. Same again. Man, this guy's got a lot of limps, huh? Not sure what to make of that, to be honest. All right, ace jack. Just a small c-bet. Sounds good. Yeah, guy's very shallow now. Let's keep an eye on him to try and win that bounty. $27,000. I'll take it. Oh my gosh, please. Please. Please, yes. Okay, we're definitely shoving to defend though, right? Jack's too vulnerable not to try and get in. Obviously, if these guys wake up with even half of a hand, they'll call because it just looks like I'm trying to isolate the shorty. Love another bounty shot here. Okay, not kings. Kings isn't a great spot for us. Queen. Good job, guys. Good job. Good job. I believed in you. We did it. I believed and we did it. Now let's get it done. Pocket five's got to be good enough here. Nice, getting up there again. Against full pots, or just under full pot, I don't know if we're actually even going to come along here. Shouldn't really be folding a pair, but the limp on the button is already a little bit unusual. I know this guy has actually played a few KOs before as well, so I'm a little bit concerned about the strength of his hand there. Don't really have an exact, it's not exactly a great hand either, is it, guys? Like a lot of vulnerability there with the 10-3. I'm going to make a much tighter than usual fold there just on that read. And find myself a decent spot. I think we don't mind if ace deuce wins here. Potentially a bounty blind v blind here as well. Damn, this is probably getting pretty close. Again, having more limps here I think is cool because you will actually have some traps that you want to try and get in here, but against two opponents we're not going to be involved. For him to limp fold there would be incredibly unusual. Obviously, like limping button to trap there seems good with ace7 for sure. Maybe you want something stronger than ace7 off. Maybe you want something with better playability, but you can see what he was thinking there. He's not going to limp fold there. We have both players covered. Easy push here. King 9 suited. Wow. Okay. Cool. Any clubs about? King 9 diamonds. Probably fine. It's probably okay actually. If he thinks I'm adjusting for bounties, it's probably fine. I'm just thinking that. I mean, obviously it's a slam dunk call if you got the guy covered, but otherwise not so much. Queen 10 for sure. A push here, guys. Wish me luck. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful bounty shove spots. Folds the 3 of spades, chipping up. You know, you prefer the folds. You can get them later on when it costs you fewer big blinds. Oh, man. These are really tough, guys, because you obviously are going to have a lot of equity in many situations. It's almost better to have like 8-7 of diamonds here than 10-7, though, right? Because you're going to be dominated less. King 10, Queen 10, that kind of thing. Might be the wrong fold, but you know, you can kind of see where my thought process is here. Pocket sevens. Definitely going all in here. Called by ace deuce. Ace deuce call. That's a really good spot for us. Fade the queen, please. Oh, it's a flop. Look at the flop. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's huge. It's huge. You guys, it's absolutely huge. Heads up for our third win. 3 of 6. Please. 3 of 6 would be a really good outcome at this stage. Ace 5 for sure. Okay, 5? 5? No. No, not like that, mate. No, it's going to be a chop hot so often as well. Oh, that's so devastating at this point, right? Like, you're expecting the chop, but those never go the way that you want them. I thought it was foretold. I thought it was our destiny, you guys. I thought it was our destiny. Domination rotation, guys. All right, we're getting down to it. Jack 8 suited. It's got to go in. Wish me luck. It's a call. It's a call. It's definitely a call. It's definitely a call, guys. All right, wish me luck. 2 live cards, Nick. 2 live cards. 2 live cards, no good. All right, well, there you go. We managed to get some bounties in that game anyway. Let me wrap this up really quick. Let me just close this up, and I'm going to close on stars as well. We're going to take a look really quick just before we finish up. All right, stars is closed. Let me fire up some charts. Let me just double check that call. Pretty sure that's the one you got to make against another person that we recognize especially. All right, Nash equilibrium heads up push fold. Jack 7 suited is a call at 8.8 big blinds effective. So it's actually a call up to twice as much as the 4 and a bit that we had. So it is the correct call, heads up. Obviously 2 live cards. Got to win a 60-40 at some point, but there you go. Anyway, guys, we managed to win 2 of our 6 finals. That's actually pretty good. You know, I think I don't know exactly what my win rate is at this point, but when you're playing a 4-handed format, that's actually a pretty decent outcome. We can't complain. At the end of today's 6 finals, our total profit was. I got to open a PokerStars again and check the balance. All right, guys, just one moment. I'll give you guys the total. So the total amount that we won here was, okay, so it's managed to win $209.51. Not too shabby. Obviously, all of these started from the $5. I don't have the net profit for you guys because I actually don't know how many bullets I fired into stacking up the 6 finals. But there you go. You know, wanted to record this because I thought there was a chance we might have a big bounty. Of course, there's always that opportunity. I'd love to get that on camera, but 2 out of 6 ain't bad. Happy to see it. I think we played really, really good in all those games. I think we played pretty fantastic poker. Can't think of any hands that stick out where that might have been a mistake, and very easily I think we could have had a lot more finals there, obviously, too. But thanks very much, guys, for watching. Hit the subscribe button and the bell and all that good stuff. Check out the description if you guys want to learn how to improve your poker with some more advanced poker tools, and I'll see you guys in the next one.